Easy work boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Got to give a hands up, a handshake, a thumbs up, a hand dap to the boy, man. Chris Eubank Jr. Went out there and did an excellent job tonight, y'all. I got to give him a shot. I really wanted him to win tonight. Especially after I seen a documentary on his father. You know, I really wanted him to go out there and do what he needed to do tonight, because this was really his, like, gonna be the last fight, I think, really, to really go out there and prove himself for real. And he went out there and he did a good job, man. Clearly beat Degalle easily, in my opinion. You know, even with a biased judge looked like it was on Degalle's side. And just kept bothering Chris Eubank Jr., saying he was stop punching him. I don't know why he was saying that, stop punching him on the break, when he was clearly holding his left arm so he could throw a punch while his other arm was getting held. But he kept going to Chris Eubank, stop doing that. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? James Degalle running in like a football player, you know what I'm saying, trying to headbutt. That's how his head that's how he ended up getting a cut over his eye, from running in and trying to headbutt. But they kept talking to Chris Eubank Jr. Now, you know, mainly, first of all, I really want to talk about is that referee. You know, they got to stop this shit, man. These dudes go out there and work too hard. You know what I'm saying? Train for too long to go out there and get robbed, man. Or got a biased referee sitting there, you know what I'm saying, just bothering them. You know, when we was clearly seeing that Degalle was doing a lot of legal shit. Running in. He probably grabbed at least 100 times tonight, or close to it. At least probably 70-something times tonight. No calls on him. Punching in the back of the head. No calls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck going on? And then he'll be slick and try to throw a hook off the break when they don't supposed to be throwing no punches, like he told Chris Eubank. But then you'll see Degalle come out of nowhere and just slang a hook out of nowhere. And they don't say shit. I'm like, damn. I'm sitting down like, I want this man to win, but I think like they finna rob him. You know what I'm saying? But he put on such a good performance out there tonight that they couldn't really rob him. Even the scorecards. Did you read some of the scorecards? It wasn't even that close. The last scorecard, the third scorecard, was the right one. The other two, they had to fight like it was almost close. That fight wasn't nowhere near close. Damn. That fight was nowhere near close. And you know, he got a new trainer, Vasquez, you know, from out the Mayweather gym. You know, and that dude, you know what I'm saying, he stamped himself tonight as being a trainer. He really went out there and showed the world what Chris Eubank could do if he, you know what I'm saying, had a good trainer behind him, somebody to show him something. And Chris went out there and did what he was supposed to do. And I got to give him thumbs up. Because I wanted to go for him as my top pick in the fight anyway, but he did the same thing against Degalle. And then even with him having a new trainer, you know what I'm saying, that don't mean exactly that he wasn't going to go back out there and get into his old ways. And I kind of seen that in the fight, that he really did want to go back into his old ways at some point. But he stayed composed, you know what I'm saying? I see now he's more patient. He has a jab, you know what I'm saying? Got a good right hand too, straight, but he could never throw it because Degalle kept running in with his shoulder and his head down. So, you know, so he kept going up under his shoulder. So I think at all, great job by his trainer, great job by him. You know what I'm saying? I like to say a poor job on his father for saying the things that he was saying, even though he was saying it was like a confidence boost, hopefully for his son. But at the same time, that's a fucked up confidence booster for the only person who's supposed to really be in your corner sitting there saying that he don't think you're going to win and you ain't got the grit in you and you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? But he went out there and proved his father wrong. And I guess it worked in a certain way. So, you know, shout out to his daddy, but I just didn't agree with it. I wouldn't do my son like that, you know. Especially when they know the mind is the most important part of even being a boxer. If you go out there at any point of any fight feeling like you don't supposed to be there or you ain't good enough, then you don't need to box no more. You know, you got to go out there with a killer mentality. You can't go out there with doubt in you. And then you sitting alongside me as my father saying shit like that. But his son went out there and he did what he did. He got the belt. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time he can show that he can step to the table with more elite fighters. You know, they were down on saying he couldn't do that. So he proved tonight that he did. So shout out to him, and shout out to James Degalle too. Even though I feel that he should either retire or get some new trainers or something and stop all that goddamn wrestling and grappling he was doing tonight. And he can always come back. You know, you can never tell a man he can't come back and win. You know, he is a talented fighter, but Chris Eubank just had him tonight. He couldn't do nothing with Chris Eubank. He was trying to wrestle, doing low down shit, punches behind the head, grappling, all that. But Chris came, did what he was supposed to do. So shout out to Chris, man. Shout out to him. He went out there and did what a champion's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of seen him get a little tired too. And that was something unusual for me. I never really seen Chris Eubank get tired. But I guess it's the style, the new style of him. You know what I'm saying? Using a jab now and using more punches. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't exhausted tired, but I could tell he was tired. You know, Chris Eubank Jr. really, if you ever see his fights, he really don't get tired. He keep going and going. You know what I'm saying? Even if he losing, blood in his face. It don't look like he tired. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good fight. I was on the edge of the bed, man. Especially when Chris hit him and knocked him down. What that was, the second or third round. I hopped off the bed. Get him, Chris. Get him. I was like, yeah. But then I'm like, man, when I seen that referee, I was like, oh, shit. They gonna rob the kid, man. They gonna take this from him. Then they say from London. They was in London. And that's what James Degalle from. I'm like, oh, shit. But, man, standing ovation. If you don't like Chris Eubank Jr., shit, you can't help but like him tonight. Goddamn, you can't help but like him tonight. That man earned that. He did that. And you got to get his trainer 18 thumbs up, man. That's real training right there. That's real training. He went out there and stayed focused. When I told you, I seen several times that he wanted to come out of character and go back to his old style, just bum rush. Which I think that would have been even more effective, though. But it's the fact that he stayed patient and listened to his trainer. So I think we got us a new Chris Eubank on the table, man. Next time when you go against another elite fighter, now we can say, hey, this is 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Well, now we can do that against Chris Eubank Jr. I like Chris Eubank Jr. I like his confidence and what he brings to boxing. You know what I'm saying? Reminds you how his father was. And also, I like the fact he's still coming out. He said he gonna always come out to that song that Dr. Dre Still DRE. I like that song. I like that beat too. I like how he come out to that. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about this fight, man. Shout out to Chris Eubank Jr. Shout out to James Degalle. And shout out to y'all, most of all, my subscribers for watching the videos, man. I really appreciate that. It's the weekend, man. Y'all be enjoying yourselves and your family, man. Be safe. Take care of y'all. And just keep watching the videos. I'm going to keep them coming for y'all. I'm out.